Funerals aren't real?
Yeah.
Can't spell funeral without fun.
That's true.
You like that. That was probably the worst joke I've ever told, and you loved it.
That was good. I appreciated that. Happy Friday morning. It's the end of the week. You made it. Thank God. PFT, thank you for joining me, sort of. Yesterday, video surfaced. Conor McGregor. Evidently, Dana White arrived on the scene and said that he is out. So, from what we know, and we don't know much, PFT, especially you, should Conor McGregor be out of the UFC for this?
Well, you know who's not going to be out-live is the Washington Capitals. The playoffs start next week, and this is the Washington Capitals year. Reason number one why it's the Capitals year, they have a goalie who's standing on their head, okay? Usually if you win in the playoffs, you have to have a goalie that stands on their head. I don't know what it means, but they have one, and his name's Grubauer. Get to know it. His name's Grubauer, rhymes with Boobauer, rhymes with Boomhauer. Grubauer is the goalie of the future. He's going to take the Caps all the way to Stanley Cup. Back to you, Liz.
That's a really interesting take. Did we mention Conor McGregor in that spiel at all? Yeah, you know what? Here's what I'm going to talk about. Have you ever seen a little movie called Con Air? Because a gentleman by, I don't remember what his name is in that movie, but, well, in the movie, Nicolas Cage, starts fighting with some dude outside a bar to protect his lady's honor, and then he goes to prison and has to chill with rapists and child molesters, all because he beat some bad guy up. This is the exact same thing with Conor McGregor. He was probably trying to beat some bad guy up, and here comes, you know, good old police getting in the way, arresting him, and now they want to kick him out of his job, so Nick Cage can't be a Marine or Navy SEAL, whatever it is that he was, and now this guy can't be in the UFC? Nonsense.
His name's Cameron Poe, by the way.
That's
Nick Cage's
his name.
character. Yeah.
That's his name.
I know. I've watched Conor a few times.
I have too. I just
really
remember
good
his
movie.
name. It is a really good movie.
Conor
it's
is
the
wildly
best
underrated.
bad movie of all time.
I agree. When they play Sweet Home Alabama on the airplane, gets the
So
goosebumps going.
What about when what is his name? Steve Buscemi is like down in the pool with the little girl.
Yeah,
and they're having a little tea party.
That's one where like the hair stands up on your neck because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, he actually doesn't do anything to the girl.
doesn't do anything.
He's actually a very nice guy for a serial rapist. Steve Buscemi, fun fact about him, during 9/11, he actually served with an FDNY unit. He was a fireman and he was an EMS guy.
Is that right?
He was like going through the rubble. He was like actively on the scene trying to help people recover bodies and look for survivors for a couple months during 9/11. He didn't tell anybody about it.
Is that why you're wearing a response team hat?
No, this is an emergency crisis tyranny response team from Infowars.com, PrisonPlan.tv. I've seen the doc. Now they've admitted this. Somebody sent me a bunch of Infowars gear, so I'm not one to turn down a free hat.
You can't afford clothes now, is what we've.
As a matter of fact, every single thing that I'm wearing.
Your underwear?
Yeah, everything that I'm wearing has been given to me.
Please buy his merchandise so he can afford to buy his own shirts. Also, Leanne Rimes.
How do I live without you? My 8th grade girlfriend, she told me that song was her song to me.
And then she gave you your first blowjob and you were like, yeah, okay.
Not my first.
All right, topic number 2, Kyrie Irving apparently will miss not just the rest of the regular season, but also the postseason as well. So, when all is said and done, should the Celtics even have acquired Kyrie Irving?
Well, you know who's not going to miss the postseason this year? That's the Washington Capitals. And I'll tell you why. Reason number 2 why they're not going to miss the postseason, they're going to go far. They're peaking at the right time. Every other year, they've won the President's Trophy. And who gives a shit about that, really? It goes to the team with the best regular season. Hey, the Celtics would be right up there for that this year in the East if it weren't for the Toronto Canadiens. Well, I'll tell you what. In the NHL, you don't want to be the team that plays the best during the long regular season. You want to be the team that peaks at the right time. And Alexander Ovechkin is pulling a LeBron James. He's dialing it up. He's flipped a switch. That's what this team is. They're switch flickers, and it's been switched, it's been flicked and switched. The Washington Capitals are hot at the right time.
Hey, PFT, what else do you like to flick?
A lot of switches.
And?
I turn them on.
Oh, I bet you turn them on. No, the Celtics should have never acquired Kyrie Irving, not because of any basketball fundamentals or because he was injured or because of his knee or because he's missing the postseason, but because he believes the earth is flat. And if you're any sort of genius of any kind, if you're a boss or CEO, you're not gonna hire somebody under any role who thinks the earth is flat. What kind of nonsense bullshit is that? Even if he gets you far in the playoffs and you win something with him, or he's PFT here and he has a relatively successful podcast, the guy thinks the earth is flat, he's worth nothing at all.
Good take. I like that.
Yeah. Your podcast is kind of successful.
How do you know that the earth is not flat? I'm just curious.
Because it is not. Because outer space has taught us that it's not. People have.
Have you ever been there?
Oh, are we using the whole "it's always sunny, science is a liar" sometimes strategy?
No, I'm just saying. Have you ever been to outer space?
I have not.
Well,
I would like to go.
How do you?
I would like to go.
How do you know it's real?
After watching Armageddon, I feel like I'm a good contestant for being.
Armageddon would have been so much better.
What's it called? An astronaut.
It would have been so much better if Nick Cage was in that movie. Now I'm pissed off that Armageddon didn't have Nick Cage.
Would he have been Bruce Willis?
God damn.
Or Ben Affleck, and it would have been like
no, he would have been.
Tyler.
They would have created a new character for Nick Cage. He would have been like the Navy SEAL or the Green Beret that got sentenced to fly to outer space on the spaceship because he murdered a guy in a bar fight. That's what he just should have done. He just should have.
Con Air?
He just should have pulled the plane up and just gone into outer space. Con Air should have taken place in space.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have the whole scene of him landing in Las Vegas. Like that was.
We could land on the moon.
That was the moment where he's kind of losing his hair and it's like wispy and a little bit oily and it's blowing in the wind and Leanne Rimes comes on. You would never have that scene.
As someone,
and he's holding a little bunny.
As someone with hair that I have my oily days with my hair. My hair. I take solace in the fact that my hair will never be as bad as Nick Cage's long hair in that movie.
That's true.
That was really bad.
That's 1,000% true.
Space is cold.
And last but not least, Tinder is in the hot seat. Apparently they changed their privacy settings and now people have lost those possible loves of their lives and the connections are now gone. Their matches are gone. Are people that use dating apps losers?
I don't know about that, but you know who is a loser is the Pittsburgh Penguins. In fact, they should change their name to the Pittsburgh Penglosses because they suck this year. Okay? I'm not afraid of you, Penguins.
Okay.
I think you're a bunch of frauds. I think you're soft. I think you're softer than baby shit. I think you're lower than whale dung. I'm not worried about the Penguins this year. You know what the Washington Capitals did? Oh, we did a little thing called, we changed the name of our arena in the offseason. Guess what it's called now? The Capital One Center. Not the Capital Loss Center. It's the Capitals One Center. And guess what? We're going to have home ice advantage against you motherfuckers. And we're coming for that ass, Sidney Crosby. I've got bad facial hair. Yours is about 20 times worse, you little bitch. Okay, back to you, Liz.
Hey, you called me Liz and not Liv. Ooh, we're making progress here. Your facial hair is kind of shit.
Thanks.
That's true. I would agree with that. It is garbage. I'm not done with my take.
They're
trying to take the green screens away from me.
All right, tell them about the Washington Capitals.
We're talking about Tinder.
Okay.
And yeah, people that use dating apps are losers. That's it. We're done. Now you may remove the green screens. We're done. That was the take.
Yeah. You know what is not for losers though? Regular apps, like at a restaurant. Sometimes I just
at a restaurant?
Yeah, sometimes I just go out. I'm talking about appetizers. So sometimes sometimes I just do an entire meal where it's all appetizers, where you get like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And it's like little tapas.
So you do it
tapas at a restaurant.
Vamos en español como ayer, pues.
Sí. Me gusta tapas, me gusta gambas.
¿Te gusta mucho el queso que tiene?
Cotijo fresca. Dios mío, elotes. ¿Te gusta elotes?
Oh, me encantan los elotes.
Me encanta también.
Tortillas de harina.
Es una explosión en mis pantalones.
En tus pantalones. Pues sí te da explosión en tus pantalones.
Sí, grande.
Se llama en inglés diarrhea.
Diarrhea. That's what happens when I eat cheese.
Everybody. Everybody.
Actually, cheese plugs me
If
out.
you don't diarrhea when you're eating queso, queso specifically, and Mexican food as a whole,
I disagree.
Then I need to know what your remedy is.
I disagree. I lived in Austin for about 9 years and I didn't shit once, and it's from all the gooey cheese that would just plug you up. It's funny how the human body adapts. So when I was in Austin, I couldn't shit, but I would puke 3 times a day, and I would poop through my mouth, and so I'd shit through my mouth. But it just got too plugged up downstairs.
Would have loved the opportunity to make out with you after one of those throw-ups. I feel like that would be like the make out of a lifetime.
No, I mean, some people like to lick ass, so.
I mean, potato.
Kissing me is basically the same thing. Got a little balloon knot right here.
We'll see you Monday.